Hey everybody. So I had a question the other day. A person said, you mentioned on previous videos about you and your wife last year reconciling at a picnic table. Do you mind walking us through the events? If it's too personal, then I understand you don't have to share it. So I'm actually here at the location. I'm looking at the bench right in front of me. This is a park called Pelahatchie Shore Park. There's Lakeshore Park, where we just were. This is Pelahatchie Shore Park. And in my opinion, it's not as nice as Lakeshore, but it is another park. So on that day, June 14th, 2025 rather, 10 years ahead of myself, my ex-wife drove down this road, and then she parked somewhere in here. There's a parking spot. I'll show you. It's like there's a parking spot. And in the parks, they have individual picnic tables. There's one right there, there's one over there, and there's some down there. So she drove in, she parked, and I got the text, do you want to come and pray Yahweh over our lives together? And I remember sitting at this bench. I'll walk down there and show you. So she walked on this horrible makeshift path that's strictly like material, and she had walked down here, and there was a Bible that she was reading from. I'd never seen it. It had all the books of the Bible. She sat right there on the left side of this far seat, and it was a beautiful day, and gorgeous sunrise. It was about 7:30 in the morning, so there was all kinds of wildlife out and about. This was kind of grown up. It wasn't like it is now. But yeah, she sat right there. And I remember walking. I was actually out for a run. I was running. And when I got the text, I was a bit nervous. I was like, shit, I don't really want to know if I should meet her or not. Well, I did, because the Lord's pushed me out more to run faster so I could meet up with her. So I came from that location, and when I came, I didn't want to come up behind her and startle her, so I came through the tree line, and then I came around here and in front of her. And when I got close to her, she of course stood up immediately, walked over to me in a hurry, and literally placed those beautiful arms and hands around me, did not let go. Of course, I did the same. I hugged her. We held each other. And what seemed like forever and a day, and after I thought we were done hugging, I kind of pulled back. She pulled me closer to her. And I took that as God orchestrating that reconciliation to remarry this year. And it feels weird being here a little bit. Not uncomfortable, but just a little odd, knowing that, 7 months ago, that was my wife-to-be sitting there. That was my wife-to-be and I sitting there, praying a new covenant over our marriage, which, by the way, has not expired. It's still here. And just because somebody chooses to cheat doesn't mean that it breaks the covenant. It just means you've tarnished it. You've cheated on God first and foremost. And I'm not, bashing or belittling that person. I'm just being honest. I'm being real and honest. And, I guess she thought if she cheated, then that broke the covenant, and her and this new guy could pray a new one. It doesn't work like that. You see, when you pray a covenant over you and your wife-to-be, like in our situation, that covenant is still in place. So if you've prayed a new one, it won't be honored or respected, certainly not by God, because He's already blessed one. And so you can live your life as a fairy tale from now on, because it won't be honored, it won't be blessed, and your marriage is pretty much due to crumble. Because instead of it being built on rock, you've chose to build it on sand. And God knows that. Now, that person and I spent about probably 3 hours here. I planned a date night, and it was 4 days later on June 18th. Sorry, I had to do my math. We planned a date night. We went to a Mediterranean place called Aplos, and it was in Madison County. It was a totally separate county. And we I got my car all cleaned up and shiny and vacuumed. It was nice for her, like I always did when we were on dates, you know. She sat in there and got in the passenger side, took a selfie, and really had a big smile on her face. We were looking forward to our date night, and we had a spectacular date night. 6:30 was the time to meet, or time to go to the restaurant, rather. I picked her up at home at our farm, and we went. Only, I thought it was 5 months later the cheating happened, but it didn't. It happened in July. And this poor fellow was liking things on her Facebook page since March of 2000. It was March 13th, 2024, that somebody told me they noticed a like. That happened to be my youngest stepson's birthday. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy has been on her Facebook for a long time. He just hasn't been found. So now what? What is life looking like here on this cloudy day in the SIP in February 2026? It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Do I miss that person? Oh man, yeah, every day. But every day I pray for her and I lift her up to the Lord. I've forgiven her and this new guy she's married to. They are God's vengeance. And if God's will was to bring her back to that bench, her and I, in June of this year, or another location, and he's convicted her and humbled her and broken that spirit of pride and ego, then if God's in it, nobody can be against it.